and welcome to tonight's tutorial. I'm Pam Wrigley and I am a bridal hairstylist. Happy New Year to everybody who's just joining me tonight. We've had a couple of weeks off because we had Christmas and then we had New Year's Eve, I think it was just over a week ago. So I've had a little bit of a break and I was actually ill over all of New Year. So I wasn't able to do any filming, but everything's all back to normal now. So thank you for joining me. Hi, Adjoa. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you have any questions as we go through this tutorial tonight, please just pop your questions into the chat box and I'll do my best to keep an eye on everything. It's a very easy style we're doing tonight, actually. Looks fantastic, and we're working with hair extensions. Looks fantastic and very effective, but it's actually super easy. You can see I've put some extensions in here. So she's got, let me lift her up a little bit because she's got a lot of hair. You can see the long hair here. And I've put the extensions here. And because this is a braid that's going to be coming down over the shoulder, I've put the extensions at a kind of angle. So already the hair is kind of going in that general direction. With the rest of the hair, I've just put a little bit of mousse in the hair, blow dried the hair to get a bit of volume and a little bit of texture, but we're not necessarily going for a curl. We just want to get some volume in there. So let's just get our height here. Once you've got the product in the hair, everything else is so much easier when it comes to creating these gorgeous textured hairstyles. So let's just get this in first of all, making sure that these little kind of textured sections on the crown are really nice and secure. You could check with your bride, check with your client, see if she wants any kind of soft bits down around the face and sweep the hair around. So once you've got the extensions in, then you can start creating the style. So we do a little bit of volume first, get some oomph in the hair and a bit of texture, and get the kind of, so you can get this nice little bit of root lift here. And then we put the extensions in, and then we're going to start styling the hair, bearing in mind it's going to kind of come down and be very soft around the face here. And this is a style that I actually created for one of my brides. And it could have been a couple of years ago, actually, I created this style, but it's kind of one of those styles that's just timeless. It just always looks gorgeous. Let me just lift this lady up just a little bit. In fact, I might just tilt that down just a fraction. Yeah, I think you'll be able to see a little bit more of her then. So let's get the front section right first of all. That's it. Leaving a few little soft bits down, I think, around the face would be nice, and we can always recurl these, and we're going to bring those back, twist, keep them all kind of fairly low and gorgeous. And the extensions that we've got in here are actually quite long, because we do need, I might just lift that up a little bit. It feels like it's just dropping a little bit. So let's just secure that. That's a bit better. You want to make sure that this style kind of feels lovely and secure at this stage. So as you go along, when you're creating your styles, just always make sure, hi Harriet, thanks for joining me. Always make sure that everything feels lovely and secure right kind of at the very beginning. So here we are. And this is a style I think that Harriet did. Was it Harriet? Did you ask for this style? One of our students. So we have our online bridal hair platform as well as our YouTube channel. And let's just keep this. Let's start creating our style here. So because we do these live tutorials, we can I'm kind of able to kind of just create styles. If there's a style that you particularly want to learn, I'm just going to start off here by creating what it's going to kind of look like a bit of a braid, but the hair here is quite short. So if there are any styles that you particularly want to learn, if you've been asked to create a particular style by a bride, then by all means get in touch, or just by one of your clients for whatever occasion. By all means get in touch, and I can always see if I can create the style for you in one of our tutorials here on YouTube. So once we've got this hair here in this little kind of twisted loop, just going to pin that in. So it's just the beginning of the braid. Now let's get started here properly with the braid. So all I've done with those two pieces of hair are just kind of create a little cheaty kind of, it almost looks like a braid, but it's just two sections of hair crossed over each other. Make sure that's secure. And when you want the hair to kind of fall forwards, usually I find the best thing is to have the hair lying in the direction that it's going to be sitting in. Because then what you don't want to do is create a gorgeous braid down the back, but she actually wants it forward because it might kind of go slightly out of shape a little bit. So wherever you want that braid to sit, that's where you are going to wherever you want the braid to sit, that's where you need to create the braid. So now let's just get started. So we're going to get a first section of hair here and put a band on there. Now sometimes whenever I do a pull through braid, which is essentially what this style is, whenever I do a pull through braid, I always somehow kind of, sometimes I have to do a couple of sections before I get it exactly right. So let's just see, shall we? So I'm going to pop that section up there, and then I'm going to create another ponytail here. Now let's see if I've got this right now. And then we bring that one down, we separate that one underneath there, and we're going to do another band here. Let me just make sure I've got this right. Hold on a minute. That goes through there. That's better. That's better. So then that's what we need to do. That goes there. We pull that through and push that one up. And then we put a band on here. So it's very simple. You just need, if you're practicing this style, you're probably better to use little snag-free elastic bands, especially if you're practicing it on your client, because these little silicone bands, they really grab the hair. So we bring that section down, separate there, and pull that one through. So the piece on top has come down. You're going to separate that. So this is the one that was up at the top there. Let's just lift her up so you can see a bit better. So this was up at the top, and we've got our little band here. You separate that section, pull the one underneath, pull that through, and just clip that up out of the way. Not too high. That's it. And then you can put another band on here. So it's a very simple braid, this style. You might want to start adding more hair. You could always add a few more extensions if you needed to. You can just clip them on at the back as you work your way down the braid. But the snag-free if you get the bands with the little, with the fabric coating on them, they slip off the hair really easily. So if you do go wrong, so now I'm going to separate that one, pull that bottom one through, clip that up out of the way. If you do go wrong with the braid, then you can take it out really easily. So the little fabric covered bands are great when you're just practicing this style. And you might want, if you want the braid to be really thick and really fat, you'll probably need a few more extensions. It just depends because they are very heavy. If you put a lot of extensions in, it can be very heavy. Just 1 second. Just clip this up here. Just going to just stretch that one a little bit. That's it. One more band here. We go all the way down, super quick, super easy. And I don't know about you, but certainly I think now I'm getting lots of enquiries for my summer weddings. So all my summer brides are now getting in touch and booking me for their upcoming wedding. So now let's see if we could add, if it's possible to add a little bit of extra hair here, because it is getting a little bit thin, I think. So let's see if we can do this. What I might do is just loosen everything first of all, just so we can get an idea. Aha, that is looking lovely. Gorgeous, actually. Just loosen that whole braid so that it looks really beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. Wow. And then I think as we get down here, I think we're going to need a bit more hair. So I've got another little weft of extensions here. And all we need to do is clip that kind of at the back of this braid. Now it's quite fat and chunky. You could use grips, but this does have little clips on the weft of extensions. So I think I can probably use those to just clip that hair, kind of bunch it up a little bit and clip it to the back of the braid here. So it's kind of not visible. And then I'm going to add it to this hair that's down here. So don't worry if it's starting to get a little bit thin. You can always, I'm just going to go back a step and add this hair to this one, a little bit more hair here. So we've got let's put this band on this bottom bit. Let's imagine this one is clipped up here still. And now we've got the extra hair here. So I'm going to add the extra hair, some of it, to this band to make that thicker. Great. So that then this section is going to come down, go through there, and that one's going to go up. Let's put a band on it first. I hope you're following this. It should be it's just lots of bands and lots of hair. Put that up there now. And then we're going to add this little bit of extra hair left there. We'll add it to this section and put our ponytail in. Fab. So then you can always build up this braid. If the extensions start to get a little bit thin and wispy towards the end, don't worry about it. Just add a bit more hair. That's it. Another band in there. Lovely. And work your way down. Now we've got this extra hair in here. And it's looking fabulous already. You will just need, when you finish the style, what I would recommend doing is just with your curling tongs or with your straighteners, just curl the end. You're going to be curling these little sections that are down around the face. And I suggest as well curling the ends of the braid, just so that it kind of finishes it off nicely down here at the bottom. So let's put another band on there, and then I think we are done. Then we can start pulling everything out. You can see that these are quite small, these sections here. That's it. Lovely. And when you pull these, do be careful. As you pull, as you're opening out each section, you're also kind of nudging the band up a little bit, up the hair a little bit, so it kind of gets hidden underneath the section of hair above. So the little elastic bands are going to be completely invisible. That's the key with this. Make it nice and loose and really gorgeous and beautiful. Oh, and then you could use a little bit of hair to wrap around that band at the bottom and make sure it's all hidden. Use a little bobby pin just to hold it in place. Going up the back of that braid. Oh, she is looking lovely. You could put a bit of spray wax on there. Oh, look, she looks absolutely gorgeous. So we've got our lovely cascading over the shoulder braid. We'd recurl these, get your tongs or your straighteners, curl your little sections here that are soft and down kind of around the face. And you could pop either a few little kind of sparkly bits down the braid, that would look lovely, or maybe some little fresh flowers, which is what I think my bride had in her hair. She had some gypsophilia, so you could pop a few little fresh flowers just tumbling down the braid. And once you've curled the end of the braid here, so it all kind of falls together nicely. So once you've curled the end of the hair, then she's ready to go. Put our little flowers in, and she looks lovely. So I hope you've enjoyed this style this evening. If there are any styles that you'd like to learn, please just get in touch, and don't forget you can always join me on my e-learning course where you can see lots of styles kind of up close and in detail. It's not so easy to show on our YouTube tutorials, to get in close and show you exactly how I'm securing the hair and working with the hair, but we do have our online bridal hair platform where you can learn all about hair prep and hairstyling for all different hair types. I mean, all different hair types: straight, curly, long, short, afro hair, curly girl hair, wavy hair. So thank you for joining me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you next week. I think we're going to do a low knotted bun next week that I did on one of my brides over the weekend. So I think we might do that. She had quite short hair. So we're going to go from long hair today to short hair next week. But thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again, same time, same place next week. Have a great weekend. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.